Hello, welcome to the Peabody Podcast. I'm Charlie and this is the first episode. I'm really excited to be doing this podcast. I've had this idea for like 2 years, but one thing that was throwing me off was I didn't have anyone to do it with. But now I've got Matt from A Tribe Behind the Sun who's on Instagram. So this is going to be a great thing to do. I'm really looking forward to it. Today we're going to be talking about our Instagram accounts, kind of introducing you to the podcast and what we're going to be talking about, just to kind of give you a little bit of a idea of who we are and what we're going to be doing. And I think in a few episodes time we're going to have some more guests, so it won't just be us two. But yeah, it's such a cool idea, and I hope you like this. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. It's BP Empire and A Tribe Behind the Sun. Thanks, and enjoy the podcast. So I created BP Empire 3 years ago. I kind of created other fan pages before then, so I kind of already knew how to do it, and I just liked doing it, I guess. And then before that, I had a fan account for the Red Chili Peppers. And that actually kind of got, no one really knows this about, in the Peabody community, but got a few, quite a few followers and stuff. So I guess at the time I was listening to Black Eyed Peas. I go through phases of bands and stuff. So I just thought, why not create one for Black Eyed Peas, considering that they're my favourite group. So, I just started posting random pictures and, old school stuff. I mean, I don't think I did that at first. I mean, I just posted like 30 pictures and just random stuff. They're all archived to fit the vibe of what my account is. But yeah, I just started finding old school stuff, researching, and by creating this account, I've found out a lot of information about Black Eyed Peas. I've learned a lot about Will Apple and Taboo. I didn't really know that much about them before creating it. I was just kind of a fan of the music, and then I learned more about them. But yeah, that's kind of what happened to my account, and still posting to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my story is a little different. So, I've been listening to Black Eyed Peas since 2009, but like I haven't really started doing my research and stuff like that till probably this past fall when I contacted DJ Motivate.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like thinking about doing it, making an account, but like it never really went anywhere. So I made a website. I still have it, but it's not what I use primarily. So then, the whole pandemic, coronavirus came, and I was getting bored, so I decided to just go for it. And I made A Tribe Behind the Sun in March, the end of March. My original goal was with it was to like have posts about like people who have worked with the group. So starting back in 1992, with like Mookie and Dante and Mr. Shaw and all them, and then kind of just doing stuff related to every single era of the group. So like my first types of posts were a daily post on a certain person. So I think I did like someone Mookie, I did someone Will
Yeah, I
Apple
remember that.
Tapper, yeah. And I did that for 2 weeks, and I wasn't really satisfied with it. It wasn't doing very well. But then Mamacita was released, so I did some
Yeah.
posts for that. And to this day, my account is really focused on getting. I'm doing some new photo edits, and I try to post some not old school pictures, but like some pictures from like the Ella Funk and Monkey Business era, because that was one of my favorites. Yeah, I like to talk about like anniversaries and stuff of albums and singles. That's another thing I'm getting into a little more.
Yeah, I think I've kind of like gone away from what I used to because of the whole new album. I've kind of tended to focus on that, and I haven't really found any old school stuff. But I'm gonna get onto that because that's kind of when you see my account, it's all the old school stuff. Like
Yeah,
it's all
so nice,
1998.
cool pictures. You got some cool stuff on there.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm gonna get back onto that. I want to because before I only just tended to focus on that, and then with a new album, I kind of wanted, I post about it just because I want to be part of the era that's happening now. I don't want to just carry on posting about the old, school stuff. I want to do a little bit of both because I got bored of it, a little bit of just posting the 90s stuff. So I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to do a mix of like new Black Eyed Peas and old school because I think that would be cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I think starting next week, I have I'd say I have 100 pictures from a bunch of concerts I found online from the Ella Funk tour, the Monkey Business tour, and I have some from the End tour as well. So I'm going to be posting a lot of those more because like the past 2 weeks, all my posts have pretty much been related to translation. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, my goal is to get my account more focused on that era of the group because I feel like there's some accounts that focus on it, but there's not many at the moment. So I feel like we need to recognize like that
Yeah,
was
that's
one of
true.
their most that was one of the most successful eras from 2003 to 2006. That was really
Yeah.
successful for them. Another thing I like to kind of mention is I've been working with Motivate for about 2 months now.
I like the fact that you're working with DJ Motivate and you kind of teamed up on this whole Atban Clan stuff. I kind of like, I really like that.
It was very unexpected because like I just DM'd him maybe
Yeah,
October, November, just asking him, hey, what I've heard you're scratching on the first two Black Eyed Peas albums. Can I ask you a couple questions? I pretty much have been talking to him since. And then I think it was beginning of May. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna start these Outbound accounts. I want you to be part of it."
yeah, it's a great experience. That it must be like mind blowing, I guess, when someone part of the
Yeah,
Black Eyed Peas family is like, because I've had them experiences and it is great. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So about a month ago, um, my vinyl collection had gotten pretty big. So I was like, I want to kind of share this with people because
yeah,
I have a couple older things. So I made that account. It's called Matt BEP Vinyls, and per, that's the account I use the most after I try Behind the Sun. So
yeah.
I'm really enjoying that one.
I've got the same. I kind of forgot that I had an account for vinyl, but that isn't really Black Eyed Peas related. It's more like just any records I
Yeah,
get,
yeah.
and if it's anniversaries of an album, I'll post about it. But I've got BEP collection. I haven't really
Yeah.
posted on that much, but I'm gonna start getting more CDs and vinyl, and I'm gonna update it because I've still got loads of stuff I haven't posted about yet. So that would be cool. What other accounts do you have?
Um, I have a couple others, but like I mean, they're not really active. So I'd say One Tribe is. I'm trying to get that a little more active because we haven't been as active as much since like when we
Yeah,
started.
I've seen the whole
Um,
like revamp of the whole account. I like that.
yeah, I did that yesterday. Yeah.
Are you doing? Are you the one who's doing them posts? The new like the style of it.
Yeah, yeah, I did yesterday's and today's posts. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, I've got BP Elephant, but that's kind of dead. I
Oh,
used to
I've seen that
post.
account. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a cool.
I
I've seen that. Yeah.
had it was a whole thing for like I wanted to create some kind of theme, like because I had loads of photo shoots and I wanted to put them all together into like some kind of collage. So if you could, go down my feed, you can see the first couple of posts, and then I kind of started doing edits, and yeah, I didn't know what I was really doing with that, but I'm thinking of starting that again because that's kind of just a post elephant and monkey business, and I kind of want to
Yeah,
do
like
that
yeah, it's
again,
like
but yeah.
yeah, I have so many pictures from that era. So like I was gonna have a Pal Black Eyed Peas pictures account, but I just didn't think that was necessary. So I'm gonna really try to start posting those. I'd say this probably starting Monday. I'm gonna do some just post like some photos from the tours because there's some really cool photos. I don't know if everyone's seen them, but I found them online. I got
Yeah,
a couple photographers that really took really good photos. So I want to get
yeah,
those out to them.
that's cool. Yeah, I've got so many
Um,
Instagram accounts that are even related to Black Eyed Peas. I've got so many.
yeah, yeah. I've kind of just like said I'm gonna have my main account. Or I'm gonna post these cool Elephant Monkey Business pictures for a little bit.
Yeah.
And once I get those out, I'm gonna do some more from the end because the end is like really like when I discovered the group. It was 2009. Like I was just watching TV and I
Yeah.
see these four people and a DJ, and I was like, oh wow, this is a cool song. So I looked them up and watched all their videos, and then that's pretty much how it started.
I guess that's the same way I started, but I kind of just got introduced to them from my mum, really. So it was kind of just like, I don't know, introduced. I didn't introduce them to myself because I was that young. Like, I was only like 2 or 3,
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to, like, you can't go on YouTube and look up Black Eyed Peas at that age. It was just being played, in the house. And
yeah,
I guess that's how I was introduced. But then um, I think it's just always been like they've always been like my favorite group. Whether I'd listen to some other band later on, like I said before, I just go through phases of like other music. So like growing up, it was either Black Eyed Peas or another band, and then it might be like a
it's
few months
exactly the same with
later.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like that, and then that's how I created BP Empire because I just thought, well, I might as well do that. I mean, I'm glad I have because it's probably the best thing I've ever done. I'm glad
Oh yeah,
I made
it's
it.
the best. Yeah, creating a tribe behind the sun is pretty much just been really helping me through this pandemic because it's been something I can do, and people are looking
Yeah,
at it, and I'm getting. I mean, I almost have 300 followers in 3 months, so that's pretty cool that I've been able to do that.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's like since 2009, I've been listening to Black Eyed Peas, but like another band I've listened to is ABBA from Sweden. I've been listening to them probably since like 2015, but the Black Eyed Peas have always been the first place I listen to, and they're always the top of my playlist, and they're always the most listened songs on my Apple Music replay every year. So yeah, like as I was saying, this account has really been amazing. I mean, it's introduced me to so many people around the world, amazing Peabodys, and I've gotten to talk to many people who have worked with the Black Eyed Peas. And I mentioned earlier Motivate, but like I want to really mention him a lot because he I talk to him pretty much every day, and we're working on this era of Black Eyed Peas that isn't talked about as much. And that I really want people to realize that if there wasn't Outbound Clan started by DJ Motivate, then there wouldn't be Black Eyed Peas because Will and Apple with Mookie Mook did Outbound Clan in '92. It didn't do well, but then that's how they formed Black Eyed Peas because their production company was called Black Eyed Peas. It's a long story, but it's something I would like people to really think about because that's how Black Eyed Peas started. But the goal of this account for the future is to the get some more pictures from Elephant and Monkey Business out to all of you, and I'm hoping that this account can reach even more people. It's reached so many people already, but I'm hoping that it can reach like I would love to get 400 followers, but it's not the followers that matter to me. It's the people who are sharing and liking the posts and are just appreciating the work that I do to find these pictures. So yeah.
thanks, Matt. So that's the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening. Next week, I think there'll be a new episode out. I'm not sure, but we're thinking of doing a review for Translation because the album dropped like 2 weeks ago, so we want to do that. And then we'll do some podcasts about some other stuff related to Black Eyed Peas. But we want to do some album reviews going from Behind the Front to the beginning. And then would have done Translation, so that'll be really fun. So anyway, thanks for listening to the podcast. Bye.